G'day. So Kaspa Crescendo has now gone live. We can see by looking at the charts that it has helped give a bit of green to the chart. We did get that spike initially and then a bit of a pullback. Don't know if that's a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news. But you do see that when things are announced and then they're released, you do see a bit of that happening. But I mean, the good news is it's gone from 1 BPS now to 10. So it's now 6,000 times faster than Bitcoin is. Now, are we going to start to see over the coming month a bit of an altcoin rally? Hopefully Kaspa can help drive some of that as well. And we're going to put 4 coins into the spotlight or tokens into the spotlight today that we want to look at, that we believe over the shorter term we will get some reasonable returns out of, or they're definitely going to be strong tokens. They're definitely going to be in the media. They're going to be talked about on X. So they're ones I feel you should really be keeping an eye on. You know, we don't know where the price will go for these. Definitely tokens you should be keeping an eye on. Okay, so we now know that Bitcoin is sitting around that 94K mark at the moment, with projections for that to get to 200K by the end of the year. Some obviously a lot higher than some of those predictions. But we know that during that run, we're going to have Bitcoin go up, pulling back, coming up, pulling back. And that's when we start to see the improvement in the altcoins, right? And we'll watch that altcoin index to see when we can see that turning up. And we can see a slight turn up over the last few days. It's not really enough for us to say we're starting to head into it right now. So there's still opportunity to find those gems out there and those good value altcoins. And we're not looking today at the degen stuff. We're looking at some of the stronger tokens. You know, they're in the top 100 that you can buy with more confidence that they're not going to go to zero, right? So we're trying to look at things that we think are strong tokens. They're what we'd call blue chip tokens that you can watch. We know where there's some good stuff coming up for them, has either just happened or is coming up. We know there's a lot of people talking about them positively around social media. Which is important. You really want that community behind it. You want that narrative to run. You want influencers talking about them. You want all these things to come together. You want them to be easy to access, okay, for the retail investor. So you want them on the big exchanges. And these coins sort of fit that for what we should be looking at, for opportunities that are in the market at the moment, and there's going to be growth on them coming into May and June. So first off, we're going to talk about SUI. Now, we know there's been a lot of talk about that. We know it's layer 1, it's fast, it's going to be a competitor to your Solanas and your Ethereums. It's definitely something that they're looking at for ETFs as well. So that could definitely be one of the key drivers for us to see a move in the SUI price. I think there's 21 shares actually have put in for a SUI ETF. So that's going to be really positive news. You also have the SUI Play OX1. It's actually a gaming console coming out that's going to be using blockchain technology. So that's something unique for this project, something different. We know the gaming narrative is one that people are talking about as well. So I think with the gaming narrative being spoken about, the fact that it's fast, the fact that it's cheap, these are all things that could help drive that price for the SUI, for the token itself. So as we know, SUI's aiming to be like the go-to app, right, for the fast apps, a bit like Kaspa, but the key difference there is you know, one centralized being SUI. Kaspa's decentralized, okay, and we know that. So that's one of the reasons that it won't solve the trilemma. But to a lot of retail investors, that's irrelevant. Like, they don't care. It's number go up, right? That's what we're here for. Number go up. So it really has some good narrative. It has some good stuff happening around it that can help drive the price as well during that altcoin run. Because when we get that altcoin run, it's going to be, what is the narrative? And you will get some different narratives as you go through the bull run. You know, a couple of weeks might be gaming, a couple of weeks might be AI, then it might be L1s, it might be NFTs, whatever it might be. So this has some narrative behind it. It has some gaming, has the speed, has the low fees. it's got quite a bit of the total value locked is quite good for it at the moment. So they're some of the key things, which is why I think this is going to be one of the ones to watch. Next up, we have Solana. So that's like the big dog, right, of the blockchain, compared with Ethereum as well. Now we know, again, it's fast, it's cheap. We know that there's been some issues with it staying up. So that's been one of the drawbacks for it. We know over the last couple of years especially, it's been quite a go-to blockchain for your memes. There's like Pump.Fun is on there. So many tokens have been launched on it. So people are going to be very familiar with Solana. It definitely, after the FTX collapse and the Sam Bankman-Fried thing and that, we saw that price drop dramatically, right? Down to like $10, $11, somewhere around there. We've obviously seen it recover quite a bit since then. And there's still room for that to grow. Are you going to get 100x? No, but there's definitely upside potential in this. It's a strong token. It's got a strong community. It's got people building on it. It's definitely been the main go-to for your meme coins so far. So, and they've come out with some fixes and patches that are hopefully going to give more people confidence around the Solana ecosystem itself and the blockchain and its uptime. So again, it's a really strong L1 that I think people should be watching, people should be looking at. There's definitely opportunity at these times before we get right into the alt season to look at these tokens and see which ones you feel for you, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here telling you you should buy any of these. I'm saying these are the ones that could be good to watch if you're looking for those strong tokens that are going to be around through cycle, or should be here the next cycle. Can't guarantee that either, but there's more chance of those than some of those lower ranked coins, right? So that's why these are good ones if you're looking for a reasonable return and some bit of safety maybe in there, but also things that are doing some amazing stuff. And again, not unlike SUI, you have, people lodging ETFs for it. So it's another one that you're going to get that mainstream adoption. You're going to get that corporate institutional dollar coming into it as well. So that's one of the good things for it. We know that you got a lot of DeFi and NFTs coming on Solana. It's got a large TVL as well, which is something quite positive for it. It also has 65,000 transactions per second. Now transactions per second are different to blocks per second as well. So, but it's fast, right? It's got low fees. Fees can be like 0.25 of a cent. So again, it's fast, low fees. And these are the issues that you find with Ethereum. High fees, right? High fees. Bitcoin, slow. But yeah, these newer ones, this cycle's generation, if you like, because every cycle seems to have its new generation coming through. So you got SUI, you got Solana, both really good, both fast, both low fees. Okay, then next up we have Link. Okay, so we know, well, Link's an oracle. It's not a layer one. It's not its own blockchain. It's an oracle. It's the most commonly used oracle across crypto. So it's used to bring in like stats, stock market data, weather data, all those data points that are needed for the blockchain and for what people are doing on the blockchain comes through an oracle. Chainlink is the main oracle. It's like the OG, the main one that everyone's using. Now, they have a rewards program coming out, a new one, where you'll actually get rewarded for in other tokens as well. So that's going to reward people that are using the ecosystem and people that are holding the Link token. So that's another really good opportunity. It's another really good token. It's a strong token, so it's another good one for people to be looking at. Finally, we have Bittensor. So this is creating waves. This one, it's like a proof of work AI if you like. So it combines blockchain with AI, delivering an open source intelligence network. Now, we've been hearing about Bittensor for, the last couple of years, but with that AI narrative coming more and more to the forefront, this is why I think this is one we really should be watching, especially over the next couple of months. I think there's a good opportunity. It's pulled back quite a bit, so there's a good opportunity. It's like I said, it's like a proof of work AI. So again, really limited supply, really good upside potential for this one, and even for this cycle, but even like the next cycle, there's good opportunity for this one. So that's another one I think you should probably be looking at if you're interested in that AI narrative, because I feel that the AI narrative is going to be a big one for this. Just with Nvidia and all this Chat GPT and Grok and all the stuff that's happening in AI at the moment, it's going to get a run as a key narrative in crypto, and Bittensor is definitely going to be a good AI crypto in the AI crypto category. It's going to be a good one to watch without a doubt. So definitely do more research on that one, but that's one I'd probably call out. Well, I would call out. So, Kaspa's Crescendo upgrade could help to light a fire under the market, could help to get that altcoin market moving. We're seeing Bitcoin currently at around 94, pushing hopefully soon to that 100K. At some point, we're going to start to see that roll back into the altcoins. I think with things like, and not just the Kaspa Crescendo, but with things like that, we can see people are still developing. People are delivering on what they say they're going to deliver. That helps keep confidence in the market, which has a snowball effect onto the altcoin market in general. And we should see that then start to help push that altcoin run that we're all waiting for and we're all expecting. One of the things that goes against that a little bit is I think people maybe got a little bit stale of this pump.fun and all the memes and the Trump token, the Melania token and all that sort of stuff. And it's put people off a little bit as well. So with these real blue chip, let's call them, or more solid projects that actually have good teams behind them, they have real utility, they're in good narratives, they're the stuff that we really should be looking at. Obviously, most of us want to do a little bit of that degen on the side, but if we're serious about looking at long-term solid projects where we can get decent returns out of them, then these are probably some of the projects we should be starting with while they're at these better prices, better opportunities, so better entry prices for us, because they've pulled back. And if you look at a lot of them from January, December, where the price now is, they're good buy prices. And if we were told back then we could have got them for those prices, we would have been happy. So definitely do your research into it. They're some of the ones I'll be looking deeper into for May, along with some others which I'll do in later videos. But look, again, if you got some value out of this, hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe, click the bell notification so you're notified when I release videos, and I'll see you again in the next one.